Greetings, Nick with Sweetwater here, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the latest member to join the EVH iconic series of affordable amps. This nifty little 6L6 15-watt 1x10 combo right here. Let's hear some more of it, shall we? First though, a quick guitar change via digital magic. Perfect. That was a hair sloppy, but hey, I'm a mere mortal. I'm not Eddie, not even close. Anyway, this little brute has 2-foot switchable channels, built-in reverb, a built-in noise reduction on the high gain channel, a series effects loop, resonance and presence controls, a quarter power switch, and much, much more. Its tube complement is 2 ECC 83s, also known as 12AX7s, in its multi-stage hybrid preamp, and a single 6L6 tube in the power amp. Yes, my friend, as its one power tube tells us, this 15-watter is a single-ended amp operating in Class A. The quarter power switch on the amp's rear panel I just mentioned is a great feature for late night jamming, as it lets you crank the amp without waking your neighbors and causing them to call the cops on you, yet again. Just so you know, the switch in question drops the power from 15 watts down to 4, and in fact for this demo I've got it activated because this is a loud little amp, it's not quiet. Just like its bigger siblings, the 15-watt iconic combo is available in either black or ivory vinyl. I'm obviously playing the ivory one. Duh! Obvious stated, let's take a quick tour of the top panel, shall we? Going from left to right, we have the guitar input and the channel selection button with a dual-colored LED above it. When the LED is glowing green, it tells you that you're on channel 1, the lower gain of the two. And when the LED glows red, you're in the high gain world of channel 2. Next up are the gain controls for each channel. And just to the right of the chicken head gain control for channel 1 is an overdrive switch, which not only takes you from clean to overdrive, imagine that, but also revoices the channel. Let's quickly hear that button in action, shall we? I've dialed in a clean sound on channel 1, and I'm about to kick in a good old EVH chorus pedal too, just for good measure. Let's check it out. That's a nice clean sound. In fact, a really nice clean sound. It must be. It made me sound half decent. Anyway, let's activate the overdrive button and then hear some more, shall we? Not shabby at all. And that was channel 1 with the gain control set at 1 o'clock. Let's crank it all the way and see what happens, shall we? Pretty cool. Now let's see what happens when we turn the gain control back to Angus and Malcolm territory, shall we? Bells indeed. That's a really versatile channel, from clean to overdrive, from Angus to fairly extreme. Nice. Anyway, channel 1 diversion over, back to the front panel. Next up is the gain control for channel 2, the high gain circuit. As I mentioned earlier, This channel has a built-in noise reduction which cleverly increases as you turn up its gain control. A really neat feature in my humble opinion, as this amp is capable of a ton of gain, which is always a fine thing to have on tap, by the way, always a fine thing. And right next to channel's 2 gain control is a button aptly labeled Burn. As its name suggests, this one takes you from high gain to even heavier and thicker levels of desirable dirt. Next is the EQ section, which contains a trio of passive controls labeled, wait for it, yep, you've guessed it, low, mid and high. Then there are 2 post preamp volume controls, 1 for each channel. Last but certainly not least, we have 3 global controls, namely reverb, resonance and presence, the last 2 of which work by selective adjustment of the amp's damping factor. Also, just so you know, the built-in reverb resides after the amp's effects loop, which is exactly where it should be. Right, let's quickly check out the high gain channel as well, shall we? Here's channel 2 with the burn switch off. Not shabby. Now let's engage the burn switch, shall we? And just so you know, the amp comes with a 1-button foot switch for channel switching. And the foot switch cable on it is nice and long as well, a small yet massive plus in my humble opinion. Thank you, EVH. This iconic combos cabinet features some specially designed internal plywood baffling to ensure a tight, punchy low end. As for its speaker, well, it's a custom-designed EVH 10-inch Celestion that was voiced specifically for this amp. Celestion and EVH, that's a pretty darn powerful tonal combination in my humble opinion. That said, onto the rear panel as promised. Going from left to right, it houses the following. Power cable input, then 3 self-explanatory switches, power, standby, and power level. Then there are send and return jacks for the series effects loop. Then 2 1/8-inch jacks labeled audio in and speaker emulated out respectively, the latter being for headphones or recording purposes. Just so you know, when you plug into the emulated output, the amp's power amp and speaker are automatically muted. Also, the resonance and presence controls will have no impact on the tone of this output as they're both functions of the power amp. Make sense? Good. Finally, at the far end of the rear panel, we have the foot switch jack, a 3-way impedance selection switch, and 2 parallel speaker output jacks. And, just so you know, the internal EVH iconic Celestion 10-inch speaker is a 16-ohm one. In case you're wondering, the guitars I abuse shamelessly in this video are as follows. An EVH Stripe series red with black and white stripes, an EVH Wolfgang, and for the intro, an Epiphone Matt Heafy Les Paul Custom. The pedals I've been stepping on are as follows: an EVH Phase 90, an EVH Flanger, and an EVH 5150 Chorus, all made by those fine folk at MXR. Oh yeah, and I also hit the MXR Echoplex delay a couple of times too, just to hide my indiscrepancies. Let's call them that, indiscrepancies. And there you have it, folks, the EVH Iconic 15-watt 1x10 combo. It's compact, its 2 channels offer a load of tonal flexibility, it has lots of great features, it's intuitive, looks cool, and most importantly of all, sounds and feels great. In short, it's a fun and inspiring amp to play, and I dig it. Don't let its diminutive size fool you either, my friend. This combo can get pretty darned loud. Yes, sir, it definitely punches above its weight class. Not that I'd expect anything less from an amp that proudly bears the legendary EVH logo. For more information on this splendid 15-watt 6L6 1x10 EVH Iconic Series combo, or any other EVH product for that matter, please go to sweetwater.com, or better still, call your oh-so-friendly sales engineer right here at Sweetwater. That said, I'm out of here. Thanks for listening. Thanks so very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment nicely please, and also subscribe. Click here for more videos like this, and go to sweetwater.com for all of your music instruments and pro audio needs. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye.